I want to make a tear bow.
My neighbor's son was a kestrel, but now he's...
Where's the vendor?
No one...
We gotta buy more ammo and stuff anyway. Okay, he's right down here. Oh my god. That is gonna be insane. Okay. Yes, this has to be we have to try this. We have to try this. This has to be attempted. No question. Alright, so up bow is damage. Down bow is damage. Up bow is tear. Damage. Tear. Damage, tear. Damage. Tear. Damage. Tear, damage. All right, let's get more of these. Oh no. Let's do this. Ammo. We'll just refill up on everything. Why not? I don't even know what metal bolts are. Cool. There's precision arrow. Awesome. Shock wire. Yeah, we're doing all the things right now. This is happening. Shock bolts. Oh, that's for the rattler, isn't it? We've never used the rattler. Freeze bolts. I didn't know the rattler could apply effects. That's pretty cool. That actually could be pretty useful. Hey, Dizzy Stoner, what's up, man? Man, we've been needing to do this for a while, apparently. And the fact this is only costing us shards is really nice. This means that we can craft everything else we need in the field without using these resources. Okay, great. All right, let's keep moving. We actually made it to the main quest, guys. Awesome. Can I make a countdown timer for MEA? Well, I mean, I'm gonna be logging in an hour for a couple hours to help my wife with my child and everything. So I'll be off, and then I'll be jumping back on probably like 15-20 minutes early, and we'll hang out until 2, and then we'll just go ham at 2. Absolutely ham. I seriously can't wait for 2 o'clock today. Oh my god, Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh. So anyway, let's go ahead and do the main quest. Let's do it right now, actually. That sounds good.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Okay.
We'll never make it back.
From here? Wait, what? What do you want me to do? Oh. Well, wasn't the shortest drop. Do I seriously? What?
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I will look for your vent. Oh.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Ooh. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? The Welsh Wizard, Arash, Sumantro, Eccentric Prophet, Shenanigans, Tracker, Axehand, Joe Araka, TK421, Siege Game, Starlit Escape, Lupe Marin, Ungodly Demon, Evil Mia, Captain Strife with a $15 tip, and Leonidas with the 100 cheer. Thank you so much. Also, real quick, Captain Strife with a $15 says, won't be here for MEA because I want to go in blind to the game, so I created a minimalistic MEA wallpaper for you because I was bored. Again, enjoy MEA and good show to you. From Captain Strife. Hold on a sec, real quick before we do this. Real quick before we do this. I want to see this. Boop, boop, boop. So if we go here, here, and then here. Dude. All right, man. I like it. That is a badass background. Captain Strife. Thank you, man. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's even got the logo in the top there. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Strife, for that. Really do appreciate it, buddy. Awesome, awesome. That is going to be my new wallpaper for the Mass Effect run. Boom.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare.
Who's he talking to?
I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Scan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. See, by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now, will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it. Oh my god, look at this place. Ooh, now we are talking.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example. Uh-oh. And dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs at vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need to help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates. Okay.
Please
Did they
take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
In a smaller room.
Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber, mint, or blackberry sage variantals, I'm going to lose it. Okay, please respond, and this time no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Love it. What was this series Co said he started watching with a lot of gore? Oh, that was Into the Badlands. It's only got 6 episodes, though. I'm super bummed about that. But I think a 2nd season just came out, like, or is coming out this Sunday or something.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Where's
Welcome
my
to
head?
Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Dude, this story is so good. I'm loving this so much. It's like a combination of Deus Ex and Fallout. So good.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Okay, we're gonna take these guys out first and then look at everything there is to look at in here. Hippie 80. No way. Can you confirm that, Hippie 80? No way. If you're pulling my leg, that's the right way to do it. Just saying.
Got company, I think!
It is true. The guy who wrote Fallout New Vegas wrote this game.
We're too close to the tribal printer to stop us now. The data ports, what did they contain?
Nani? Oh my god, that is awesome. I had no idea. The guy who wrote Fallout New Vegas wrote this game's story. What is his name? I think I just found like my new favorite person to do stories. Like, my god. I'm gonna have to figure out that dude's name and watch a lot more, or figure out what else he's done. John Gonzalez. Okay. What a boss. Wow. Okay, anyway.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing, dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution, liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Yes, Pharaoh started as the company known as Tesla, if you've ever heard of that company. They make cars right now, but give it time.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Like blood diamonds? That's weird.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but I could really sell a concept and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
That is a really scary concept of robots being able to build themselves.
I think there is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
That got pretty awkward pretty quick.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Mrs. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Harris said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Okay, so before I say this, let me make this very clear. I'm thinking out loud. I'm not looking for answers from chat. From everything it looks right now, it looks like they're storing humans to be used as blueprints or knowledge carriers for a future generation. So it looks like they knew they were all going to die, so they brought all the art, smart people, religious people, like all the traits you'd want to pass on for humanity, they brought to here and either put in cryostasis, so they may actually still be here, having clones getting made of them, or did something to them to digitize them. That would be a much more dark option if that were to be the case. But anyway, let's keep going and see what we can find. Oh, that's just a text. Okay. Here we go.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure.
Very sorry, guys. I didn't actually see the spoiler, but it does look like that there's some people here in chat that don't realize that a lot of the people in here have not seen this yet, and we're all kind of doing it together. So if we get a wall of good vibes for the non-subs, very sorry, non-subs. We're probably going to go ahead and sub-mode it for the rest of the morning stream today. It's only like another half hour or so, but appreciate you guys sticking around, and sorry about that, non-subs. We love you. We very much love you. All right, I think we're ready to keep moving forward here. All right, let's do it. That is a great wall of good vibes. Thank you, subs. Y'all are damn impressive.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn.
They're building a GEC!
To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold
Hephaestus!
It all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how'd it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
This is so awesome. Oh, man! Woo! That was awesome! Okay, that is so much better than I was expecting them to do. And not only that, but it was a huge reveal that still managed to have questions. Oh, that was great! That was great. That was so great. All right, let's keep going. Oh, man, I was so concerned that we were gonna get to this part and I was gonna be like, oh, it's a rehash of another, but it's not! This is like somewhat unique and interesting and cool. Like this is great, man. This is so great. That surpassed my expectations so much. Make your selection. You are now in possession of the information regarding the true nature of the purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. We can participate. Okay. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. I have a feeling I know what the last option is going to be. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. You know, I just realized something. The one game that I would have loved to buy DLC for doesn't have purchasable DLC. Please let me buy DLC for this game. I want prequels. I want more information. I want a before the fall fight. I want to fight the monsters when they're being replicated. I want to see Project Zero Dawn get built. I want to help build it. Oh my God. Please give me DLC. I will throw money at you. All right.
Of course I'll do it. To begin